Om Swastiastu. Energy vampires. Now this word sounds scary, and there's a real risk that you go out there all guarded and say, are you an energy vampire? I just want to explain the basics of energy exchange. And let me put this first. There's plenty of scientific research that's showing that all life forms, all biological life forms on Earth are able to draw energy from each other. This is what we do as communities. We are able to transfer energy, like it or not. It's just when you're aware of it, you can take responsibility for your own giving and taking, and ultimately with that you take responsibility for the whole world. Your personal health, your well-being, your mental state, your spiritual connection are all related to the level of chi that is at any point in time alive and radiating around your body. There's sexual energy, there's life force energy, there's ancestral energies in your kidney, and it all makes up your radiance and your state of being, okay? So how is it that sometimes you go out and you spend time with a certain group of people, with a certain person, and you feel drained, whilst you spend time with another person, you feel energized? And ideally, wouldn't it be beautiful to have interactions with people where you are both just bouncing off each other and radiating together? Now, I want to explain to you how this works using the forest as an example. Have you ever thought about a forest? No farmer goes into the forest and fertilizes the place. There's no human intervention. No one is there to maintain the forest. Just the forest just keeps growing and growing and growing. The forest actually expands. Now, compared it to a cornfield, the farmer has this constant input and hard work trying to maintain the system. Because in a cornfield is basically shut off from the natural nutrient cycling, from the natural ecosystem. Basically the nutrition from the earth and the light of the sun coming together in perfect harmony, creating a beautiful system. So instead the farmer has to do hard work. Now, can't you compare humans to that? So as humans, ideally in our unconditioned state, in our pure innocent state, we go out into the world and we do exactly what we want. We are free, and with that we are deeply connected to the mother energy of the earth and the father energy of the sun. Those two divine streams of consciousness energize us all day long. And so you show up in life and you become this pillar of light and people are drawn to you. But that's not how we show up, because we are born naked and free. Hello, here I am. And the parents come along and they go, put some clothes on, go kiss your auntie, don't do this, do that, always do that and never do this. And then the schooling system comes along and it starts training you out of your natural alignment with all of the beauty that you came here to do, your purpose, your creativity, and starts training you into this sort of agricultural version of yourself, into a corn, into a uniform individual. And you go about life and in your head you're thinking to yourself, well, I better say this in front of this person, I better not talk about this. In other words, you become distant from your own stream of energy, from your own source. You stop tapping into energy from the divine and from the earth. And in your interactions with people, you're suddenly saying, oh, please approve of me. And all kinds of traumas that sit there bubbling under the surface are not being acknowledged. So what do? Instead, you start draining the other person in the hope that they can temporarily make you feel good, make you feel approved, make you feel one. And a lot of old school love relationships are based on that. Okay, and so when you become aware of that, you also become aware of your inhibitions, you become aware of your trauma, and you start making your way back to your divine connection. What the world needs right now is unapologetic people that say to the world and to themselves, look, this is what I came here to do. I do not mind what you think of it. I will still love you, but we don't have to agree. And guess what? That's why dickheads and arrogant people are often quite refreshing to be around. Because even though they might trigger you or might say things that are even harmful to others in one way, at least their energy is solid. They are just unapologetically themselves. Now, can you imagine if you are this sort of beautiful, full-hearted person, you know, you are denying the world from all your gifts, just trying to fit into a system. So that's the journey. And that's when you recognize that you don't have to be an energy vampire. And with that, of course, you start to decide, well, look, I don't want to spend time with these people anymore either. So in a way, that feeling drained around the person is real. Energy vampires are relatively real in that sense, but they're always an opportunity to come closer to your own divine stream of consciousness. In other words, you start doing everything you came here to do. And if we all did this as humans, we will naturally become a forest again. And there is great wisdom in our universal expression that will flow through us. You see, it's like a tree. Happy days. I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, well, I did my best and I feel good no matter what.